Police around the country have begun to deploy gunshot detection technology to pinpoint the location of possible shootings. The technology has thus far proved effective. Employing this technology, the Fort Myers police detected gunshots near Fort Myers Technical College. Not more than a minute later, the phones at the police department started ringing. People nearby the Fort Myers Technical College were calling in a man being shot. Within 2 minutes, police arrived at the scene. Despite their timely response, the police were unable to save the man who lay bleeding on the side of the road. Homicide Detective Emily DeStefanis arrived at the scene and discovered an important piece of evidence. Lying in the grass not far from the victim was an iPhone with a unique cover, a bright orange camouflage design. This was likely not the victim's phone, as the victim's pocket had already contained a phone. Detective DeStefanis reached out to the victim's family to confirm that the deceased man only possessed one phone. She thus suspected that this bright orange iPhone belonged to the shooter. Detective DeStefanis also found that the victim was in a relationship with a woman known as Cece. Cece, upon being interviewed, admitted that the victim was her sugar daddy. Cece implicated a man she knew as G, stating that G and the victim had a previous altercation and that G was likely to have been the killer. But G was a wild goose chase, with a capital G. Cece was misleading the detective. Detective DeStefanis found that Cece was in a relationship with another man, a man named T. And as seen in surveillance camera footage, T carried around a conspicuous object, a bright orange iPhone. T was brought into the police station for questioning.
All right, if you can raise your right hand for me. I am a law enforcement officer in the state of Florida, and I have the ability to take sworn testimony in reference to criminal offenses. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead and put your hand down. So, I have an open mind to things. I would like to just start slow. Try and speak up. I know this is hard. I know it's an emotional situation. And I know that what happened is, kind of traumatic. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to
protect me.
Well, and to get your side of the story, okay? Because I'm not going to make an assumption of everything. I only have one version of events in front of me. And, talking to Cece and talking to other folks, every person I talk to, I get a little bit more because everybody's perception is different. But the one thing that isn't different are the facts, like the evidence. That includes a lot of different things. Physical evidence, fingerprints, DNA, videos, stuff like that. None of those things are emotional things.
Mm-hmm.
People are emotional things. They bring emotion to the situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, just to start off kind of simple, who is CC to you?
Well, we was just friends, then we went to sisters. She told me she had a boyfriend, but I didn't really look at him like that.
Did you say sisters?
Sisters, like I call her my sister.
Okay.
She called her, sister and brother, but we're not related.
Right.
Like the God.
So you're just real close.
Yeah, real close.
Okay. And
but everybody thought we was going together, but it wasn't that type of part like that.
You're not in a relationship with her?
No. We built a relationship because we called each other sister and brother. Is what I'm saying. But as the time went on, how as time go on, you start feeling emotions for that person.
You caught feelings, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my mom died a couple months back, so I'm looking for love, and I got out of a divorce.
Okay.
So I'm looking for somebody to be my backbone.
Okay. So how long have you guys been romantically involved, do you think?
I want to say at least probably 2 months. Because we've been talking about good 3, 4. Say good 2 months.
So 2 months romantic and about 3 or 4 months
knowing each other.
So the first couple months it was just friends, got close, brother sister type, and then you evolved and grew into romance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How would you explain your relationship to be? Would you say that you get along really well? Do you jive good? Do you have a lot of fights? What's your relationship like with her?
Well, we get into it every now and then, but when we do, my best option is to try to walk away. Because I'm not the type of person to put my hands on a female.
Okay.
Because I know it gets dramatic. Like, and y'all are valuable creatures. You know what I'm saying? So, when she make me mad or whatnot, I just hang up on her or I just walk away. Sometimes we'll tussle, but I never hit her.
What do you mean tussle?
Like...
That's different for everyone.
Yeah, like grab her by her hands and she'll try to hit me or whatnot, and I'll be like, chill out, because I don't want this to go no farther than what it is.
Okay.
She probably has little scratches on her hand and whatnot, but it's probably me trying to grab her.
Okay. Have you ever hit her with your hand?
No, I never.
In the face or anything like that? Ever pull on her hair?
No.
Okay. Ever kind of grab her shoulders and just kind of shake her a little bit?
Just maybe a little bit, probably.
Okay.
But it wasn't, I can't, like...
You wouldn't describe yourself as being violent towards her?
I'll just be like...
Heated?
Yeah.
Maybe? Does that make sense?
Like, trying to tell her to stop. I don't want to go no farther what it is.
Okay.
So once we did that, I got violent. Well, I'm going to tell you the whole story.
Well, it's like I said, I want to start from the beginning. I don't want to lose anything.
Yeah.
Are we starting on Saturday?
Yeah, we're starting on Saturday.
All right. Do you guys live together, by the way, you and Cece?
I don't have a house
Okay.
to stay nowhere. We was like, she was going motel to motel, and I was jumping from house to house.
Usually together?
Not usually together. She'll probably pick me up.
Okay.
Or probably might stay night with her probably one time out the week, but we ain't usually together like that.
Okay.
Like I said, we barely get along. Like, we got a relationship, but we like, when she went her own way, okay, you go your way and I go my way.
So, you can only do a few hours at a time together before getting at it?
Mm-hmm.
You guys kind of irritate each other?
Sort of.
Do you think, would you describe her to have a hot temper?
Yes, I will.
Do you think that you have a hot temper?
I will say that.
Okay. Do you feel like you have good control of your temper?
I do, until someone put their hands on me.
Okay. All right. So on Saturday, what was things like between you and Cece?
On Saturday, we was going through it since Valentine's Day.
Why?
Because it was something I was supposed to do for her and I never did. And so we went from talking real calm to I went from one of my female's houses to get my stuff, and now all my stuff, my clothes and stuff, are in the back of her car. So I told her to bring me my stuff. She told me that she was going to drop it off at my mother's grave, or at the store.
Which store?
July's.
Okay.
So, as I got on the phone with her, I hung up after she said that. I was already in the area. I was not with her.
Well, where were you at?
I was... Where was I coming from? I don't want to make no lie. I was coming from my dad's house out there in Michigan. He stayed in the old folks' home.
Okay. Which way? So you were coming from over by where I picked up today in the Renaissance?
Yes, ma'am.
You were coming from that way?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you walking on the side of the street where the school is?
I was walking on the side. I always walk on the sidewalk. If I'm walking, I'm always on the sidewalk.
Well, meaning, was it on the side where the school is,
yes,
or where Julius is?
On the side of the school is.
Okay, and you were walking towards Shoemaker?
Yes, ma'am. I walked that way.
What time about, do you think?
I can't really tell you.
Late afternoon, early afternoon?
It was early. It was before all this stuff happened.
Okay.
So I walked that way. I made it to Sale Palm. That's when I got the call.
You made it to Sable Palm?
I made it by Sale Palm.
Okay.
That's when I got the call saying, I'm going to put your stuff at your mama's grave site, or I'm going to take it to July's store.
Right.
So that's when I hung up and I turned around. So I turned around and then I made it by July, and that's when I see her ride by me. Because I stopped at the stop sign, because I seen her coming down the road. I stopped at the stop sign and I seen her ride by.
Which stop sign?
By July's store. There's the street by the store, and there's another valid stop sign.
Okay, so were you walking towards Shoemaker or away from Shoemaker on Michigan at this point on the side of the road?
I was on the other side of the road I was on Michigan, but I was on the side of the road of July's.
Right, but were you walking towards...
I was walking back towards Michigan.
Okay.
So when I seen her pass me, I was walking towards the store.
Okay.
Because now I want my stuff.
Right.
You're playing with my stuff, and now you're playing with my life.
Were you aggravated at that point?
I was a little aggravated.
Okay. That makes sense. I would be too.
So, as she seen me, she tried to drive off.
Well, what were you wearing?
I had on jeans. I don't like color clothes.
Like long pant jeans or
some shorts.
light or dark?
They were light. And I had on, I think, a white shirt.
Like this type of t-shirt or?
Like a beater.
Like a tank top? Okay. Anything else?
That I can remember. I think that's it.
Okay. So you saw her, was she pulled off in the store at this point?
I seen her when she was pulling off in the store. I jumped in her back seat through the window.
Was the window open?
It was open.
So which side of the car behind?
Driver.
Okay. And why did you jump in?
Because she tried to leave me. And I'm trying to catch up with you, but at this time I can't catch up with you.
And you wanted your stuff?
Yes. So now I caught up with you. So now I'm in your back seat. Now you have no choice but to give me my stuff. So she goes to yelling and tell me not to put my hands on her, and I'm not going to touch you. I just want my stuff. So she turns around and tries to hit me. So I grabbed her hand.
While she's driving?
While she's driving. So she turned around and tried to hit me. I grabbed her hand and she pulled over.
Where did she pull over at?
By ALC in front of the church.
Okay, so which side of the road? On the school side or on the church side?
On the school side.
Okay, so on the south side of the road on Michigan. Okay, gotcha.
So once she pulled over, we went to. I still had her hands because now she got money in her hands. I'm trying to get a couple dollars out of her hands so she ain't got I can't get my stuff. I need for you to give me some money now.
Was she still sitting in the front seat?
She was still sitting in the front seat of the car. So by this time, once I looked up, I seen some dude she was talking to walking down the sidewalk.
Let me ask you a quick question. When you said that she had money in her hand, did you ask her at any point for money?
Yeah, I did. I said, okay, so you don't want to give me my stuff, you need to pay me or bring me my stuff. So, because I need more stuff. I need more boxes, no tank tops. I ain't got nothing. I'm spending like 3 days ago.
And how did you know she would be up there again?
She called me and told me she was going to drop my stuff off at my mother's gravesite or at Joli's store.
And did she mention that she was going there for any other reason?
She didn't say none of that. She just said she was going to drop my stuff off, so I went up there.
Okay. So, okay, you're tussling in the car at this point on the side of the road in front of the school.
In front of the school.
And she's in the front seat still?
She's still in the front seat.
And you're holding onto her hands trying to keep her from hitting you?
Yes.
And trying to take the money, basically, because, you know, she wasn't giving the stuff to you.
She wasn't giving me nothing.
What happens next?
From the front, she ended up from the front seat to the back seat to where I was.
She jumped back there? Or?
She jumped back there. I didn't grab her back there. She jumped back there.
Okay.
So by that time, got about here, so I'm looking around, seeing all these cars pass by. I say, you need to stop because it's going to get worse. Police might pop up. So I don't want to go to jail for no battery, and I don't want you to go to jail. So therefore, I let her go, and I got out the car.
You got out of the car?
I got out of the car.
Which side of the car did you get out of?
I think I got out of the driver's side. The same side I jumped in the window, the side I got out.
So the back seat, though, still?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you opened the door yourself and you let yourself out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What happened next?
Once I get out the car and gets around the car, her so-called boyfriend comes up, and I tell him he has nothing to do with this. Before I get it out my mouth, the man hit me about 3-4 times.
How did he hit you?
Like, he hit me with my face still swole a little bit, and I got knots in the back of my head. He hit me, like, powerfully. Knocked me down, and was on top of me, still hit me. Once I got up, I spit out blood. He hit me just that hard.
Okay.
I was dazed out, literally. So...
Did he say anything to you when he was hitting you?
Once he hit me and stood over me, he said, I've been wanting you for a long time.
He said, I've been wanting you for a long
time.
And why did he say that to you?
I don't know. I still don't know to this day, and it freaked me out.
What does that mean?
When somebody said they want you for a long time, that mean they've been plotting on you for a long time. Like they really want you.
Had there been any tension between you?
I don't know this man. I only seen him when I go to Joli's store. I don't know him from Adam to Eve.
Okay, did you know him to be her boyfriend?
I did, but otherwise than that, No.
Was there any jealousy between the two of you about, because, you know, you go with her and he goes with her?
I don't have no jealousy between nothing like that. Females are females, you know what I'm saying?
But she did, like, whenever you saw him around, there was no looks, there was no words exchanged, nothing.
I don't, like I told her, I don't like to be around none of that. If you're gonna go around your boyfriend, whatnot, go along. I don't want to be around that. I don't, because my mind is still fucked up from my mama passing and me going through a divorce.
So would that aggravate you?
A little bit.
Okay, understood.
You know what I'm saying?
But in the times that you had seen him before,
no.
There had never been any tension?
Nothing at all.
He's never said anything to you? No. He never looked at you cross-eyed?
I mean, he'll probably come up to me and probably a little bit, but like...
What does that mean?
Probably try to touch with me a little bit. I'd be like, nah, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't, because either you guys had...
No, we never did none of that.
You never mixed up before? He never came up to you and said, hey, fuck you, man, or nothing like that?
Yes, he has.
Okay, well, tell me about it.
He came up to me a couple of times and was like, I want to fight you.
When?
A while back, probably a week. And I was like, man, you ain't nothing like that. But I don't know if you were playing or was he serious.
Did you feel threatened?
I didn't. Things like that, I don't. Like, if you're going to say it out your mouth, it's different if you're going to say it or do it.
So you never took him seriously? You never felt threatened by him before?
Never.
Okay.
Because there's so much other stuff in my mind, I be trying to focus on myself.
Okay.
I'm only 27 years old.
Okay. So the point is you were never threatened by him before?
I was never threatened.
You never felt like he was going to hurt you before?
No.
Okay,
Until he put his hands on me and almost knocked me out, and I sweat out blood. And I don't like to see my own blood.
Okay, and the only thing that he said to you was what?
When he was hitting me?
Yeah.
I've been wanting you for a long time.
Okay, and that's all he said to you?
That's all he said. That's all he said. That's all I remember him saying.
Okay, what happened next?
After he hit me, and I got up, I tumbled, and I spit out blood. I turned around and asked him why did he hit me. He looked at me with his look and went to grab him for something.
Well, where was Cece when all that was happening?
She left. She drove off. Like, after I got out of the car, and after he hitting me in the face, and I got up, she got in the car. After I got up and was walking off, she got in the car and left.
Did she split you guys up?
She stopped it. Because he acted like he wanted to kill me down there. I'm not going to lie to you.
He acted like that?
Yes. Like, he didn't want to get from over me. He didn't want to do none of that. She told him to stop.
Okay.
And to get off my brother.
And he stopped?
And he stopped.
Okay. So at that point, was he walking away back across the road?
He stopped and stood there.
On the same side of the road?
On the same side until I got up and walked away and started spitting out blood.
And then after he stood there on the same side of the road, at what point did he start walking to the other side?
After I started to walk off. And when she left, that's when he started going on the other side of the road.
So it was done?
It was done. Okay.
So what happened next?
After that, I turned around and asked him why did he hit me.
Is this after he's walking away?
He walked away. But I stopped him and asked him why did he hit me like that.
Alright, so I'm going to do this. So this is where the car was on the side of the road. This is the school over here. And I'm assuming you're on the side of the road from where that's you. He was hitting you. There's the church over here.
That's the car. I was on this side.
You were on this side of the car.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cross that one out. You're on the back side of the car closer to the school.
Yeah.
And he had stopped and he's starting to walk away. About how far? This is the church again. And there's Markland. Okay. So this is just the grass. If he's walking away from you across the other side of the street, where did he get to when you decided to ask him that question?
On the other side of the road.
So he's over here?
Yes.
And so I'll put an... Okay. That's where he's standing, clear across the road from you. Did you walk a little closer to talk to him?
I walked on the other side so we could hear what I had to say.
Where... You walked across the street too?
I walked across the street.
So after he walked away, you walked over here next to him. All right, I drew an arrow. So now you're right here. And Go ahead, pick up, and what were you saying?
After I walked across the street, I asked him, why did he hit me? What was it for? He repeated out of his mouth and looked at me. I've been wanting you for a long time. You been on my nerves. And then he went to reaching for something I don't know what for.
Was he facing you completely?
He was facing me completely.
So stand up for just a minute. If I'm you and I'm standing here and I'm asking you the question, I want you to stand just like he was standing.
Like,
show me how he was standing. All right. So what did he say?
He's like, I've been wanting you for a long time. Like, he's standing like this.
And show me what he did.
But after I asked him that, he was like, and then he started walking towards me. Like he wanted to come towards me and hit me again.
Okay. Did you say anything else to him?
I didn't say nothing else to him.
As
he walked towards me, I didn't say nothing else to him.
Okay. So what happened next?
Turned around and walked away.
No, wait. I didn't hear what you said. What now?
After he walked towards me, it was consequences and recuperation.
I don't understand. So you gotta walk me through that part. If he's standing there and he's walking towards you.
Yes.
Go ahead and stand back up for me. We're gonna switch roles. I'm him. I'm walking towards you. What did you do?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I had a gun. I shot him.
Okay. Where did you have a gun on you?
On my side.
Okay. Do you have like a holster or was it in your pocket?
It was in the holster.
Okay. On the right side?
On the right side.
Okay. So as he's walking towards you, did you just pull it out, or what happened?
I had a shirt in my hand. As I spit the blood out, I had a shirt. I been had it. I was thinking. That's when I got up off the ground. I'm dizzy. I'm tasting blood. Now I spit the blood out. As I see me spit blood 3 times on the ground, I did not grab it. I cocked it back and everything. I thought about it. Like, just walk away.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Just walk away.
So even though you were telling yourself in your mind to walk away, you cocked the gun, and were you angry?
I seen red. It went from 100 to 0 real quick. Like 0 to 100 real quick. Like, so after I got on the other side, I asked him why he hit me.
So you had the gun out already?
I've been had it out.
Okay, so that's the part that we didn't cover before. Okay, go ahead and sit back down. So
I had that in the shirt.
Was the shirt covering the gun?
Covered.
Okay.
So I had the shirt, like, you couldn't see anything. Then I wiped my face with the shirt and the gun. So as I walked towards him, I asked him, why'd you hit me? And like he was standing. He stood there. Like, I've been wanting you for a long time. He walked towards me and I felt threatened.
Okay. And when he walked towards you, I know this is the hard part, did you just raise the gun up? What did you do next?
I raised it up. The first shot missed him because I aimed for his head. The next one caught him in the chest.
Okay. Where did it hit him in the chest, if you want to point on yourself?
This side.
On that side?
I seen it. It hit him right in the chest. I don't know where the other ones hit him at, because I turned around and I ran in fear.
How many times did you fire at him?
The gun holds 6 shots. I literally emptied the whole clip.
What kind of gun is it?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a 9 or a 380.
What color?
Black.
Okay. Where's the gun now?
As I got in fear, I can't even tell you. I lost it. It might be in the water somewhere.
What water?
Because as I took off, I threw it, like, where the Zapato at?
Mm-hmm.
The little lake in...
Zapato, the ditch?
I got rid of it.
You threw it in there?
I got rid of it.
Did you throw it in there?
I got rid of it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if you're willing. I'll drive you out there if you'll show me about where you tossed it. Because I'll tell you this, that little ditch area does dry up, and I don't need a child going over there finding that gun. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what happened. We can't change it. And I think it's important to not leave a gun out there. You don't even know if it hit the water or not.
I don't even know where it went, because as I threw it, I just threw it when I was running.
But you're telling me the truth. That's where you threw it?
Yes.
And are you willing to show me where?
I will really show you where, but I'm not. I don't know if it went in the water or in the bushes over there.
Yeah. Okay. And that's even more important. So, like, a kid could be cutting through there. Anybody could be cutting through there and pick it up, especially if it didn't go in the water. So that's important to me. Okay. All right. So there's a couple things I want to kind of go over with you, because again,
in the process of the thing going on, the reason why I called my sister to tell everybody that I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I lost my phone.
You lost your phone?
I lost my phone.
Where did you lose your phone?
At the incident.
At the incident? Okay. Do you know about where you lost it at?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I have a couple things I want to show you, and I just want to ask you. These aren't tricks. This is going to be picture number 2. Who is this?
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's me.
That's you? Is that you on Saturday? So these are the light shorts.
The white shirt.
The white shirt you had on your head. You had a gray shirt like that. Is that the same gray shirt you were wearing?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to have to collect that. All right. So that's you from the back as you're walking towards her car. We just zoomed in so you could see it. Okay? And this is going to be photograph number 1. Is that also you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same person.
Yes? Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure and verify that you agree that this is you.
That's me.
Okay. And what is that in your back pocket right there?
That's my phone.
That's your phone? What kind of phone is that?
It's the iPhone 6 Plus.
iPhone 6 Plus.
That's it, I lost it.
That's your iPhone 6 Plus right there. Now, this is like a camouflage with an orange accent. That's the back of the phone. When you flip it around, what color is it?
It got a broke screen on it.
No, I mean like the case. What color is it?
The case is black on the inside.
With that orange detail?
It's orange.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, orange and right down.
So this phone right here that we found within probably about, I don't know, approximately 10 phone that fell out of your pocket. Is that correct? Yes? Okay. What is the phone number for that phone?
210-1445.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other telephones?
That's it.
That's the only cell phone? Okay. So, I know that things escalated. When you said things went from 0 to 100 and you were angry, I get it. There's a lot of eyes out there. There's a lot of people watching it. Nobody wants to get their ass beat. Pardon my language. Nobody wants to feel demeaned or embarrassed. Nobody does. I can sympathize with how you felt because I'm human, you're human.
Ain't nobody a robot.
No, right. Everybody has feelings. So I would have felt humiliated. Do you think it's fair to say that you felt humiliated by that?
I would say that, but then again, I would say I felt threatened for my life.
Did you feel angry?
I felt angry too.
You described it. I saw red. That's what you said. Okay.
I was angry and I felt threatened for my life. I really did. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I believe that's what you're saying, and I have to look at the whole picture again. And when you were on this side of the road, after Cece broke it up, he did stop. Is that correct?
Yeah, he stopped.
And he walked to this side of the road. That's correct. I want to make sure I'm being accurate.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I'm repeating this to you. And you got up and you had the shirt in your hand, and you said that you pulled the gun from your side and had the shirt covering the gun. Is that correct? Okay. So as you're walking across the street towards him to ask him, hey man, why did you punch me? Why you hit me? You already had the gun out at that point.
I already had it in my hand.
Okay. And he turned around and was kind of an asshole, I guess, and said, I've been wanting to do that for
a long time.
A while. You get on my nerves. That's what you said.
That's pretty much.
And he was facing you at that point.
He's coming towards me again.
If you were so scared, I have to ask you, the fight had been done. Why did you walk across the road at that point to reinitiate contact with him?
I felt like if I wouldn't probably try to defend myself then, or probably tried to stand my ground with him, it would have happened again.
So, and I'm repeating this again so I make sure I'm understanding accurately, okay? You felt that if you didn't stand up to him at that point,
it would have happened again.
That he would run all over you anytime he saw you?
Yes.
Okay. So you felt that if I basically take it like, be a pussy about it, then he's going to come at me again. If I let him win this fight right now, I got to handle this now, or he's going to beat me up again down the road. Is that correct?
That's pretty much how I see it.
Okay. Do you think that was the best idea?
No.
Okay.
I kind of feel like I could have just walked away. Just let it be bygones.
Do you believe that he would be alive today if you would have walked away from that situation?
I honestly don't think so.
You don't think he would be?
No.
Why not?
Because it's... let me put it like this. It's a couple people in the world. If I tell them somebody put their hands on me and they made me bleed, they're going to react.
Okay. I guess you answered my question fairly, so I'm going to ask that same question but in a different way, more specifically. Do you think that if you had not chosen to confront him again in that moment,
mm-hmm.
it would never have escalated again? Do you think he would still be alive today? If you walked away from that, and if he died by somebody else's hands, that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But if you walked away, you were angry, you were seeing red, was it a good idea to walk across the street to somebody that you just admitted you were afraid of? But at that moment, it was an anger thing, and you didn't want him to clown you. He just got done essentially kicking your ass in front of a whole bunch of people. You had to go back over there and stand up to him, because if you didn't, then it's been established that he has the permission in the ways of the streets, I guess. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're calling me a pussy. Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm understanding what your thought process was. Okay. Although I'm not telling you to be wrong to feel that way, I have to really evaluate the law with stand your ground. The threat to you at that point was gone. He was walking away from you. And you were angry, just like you said, and you had every right to be angry. And you admit, and I agree with you, it was a bad choice to walk across the street, because you actually walked across the street at that point with an unfair advantage, being a gun. You couldn't beat him with your fists. He's a big guy.
He's very big.
And that's not saying anything that is less of you at all, because I'm pretty tall, and I'm not going to claim to be very strong or anything like that, but he's a big dude. I wouldn't be picking a fight with that guy. It wouldn't be a fair match, right?
It wouldn't.
Okay, so you and him, not a fair match. And it does come across a little bit that your anger got the best of you, and you had that courage to go back and confront him because you had a firearm. It's not a very good thing to say I was scared for my life, but then I initiated a confrontation again. Does that make sense?
Just a little bit.
I'm just trying to explain to you how I have to assess everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being fair and honest with you, because you've been honest with me. So, had he said anything that I missed? Because at no point did he say anything to you about having a gun. At no point did he say anything to you about shooting you. Is that correct?
He been telling me he was gonna kill me.
You never told me that.
Yeah, he been telling me he was gonna kill me, but
when did that happen?
When he was beating me up, he said he tied me and he was gonna kill me right there on the ground. So as CC the one that stopped it, like saved my life, honestly. If I would have been still down there, he would have I would have died right there.
So when you and CC were tussling in the car and other people
seen it,
how do you think that looked to everyone else?
Like I was probably beating her up.
You said that yourself to Cece in the car. You said, we better stop because we don't want to get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, with that thought in your mind, looking back on everything, did it occur to you that he may have thought you were beating her ass in the car?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I told her. I got out of the car. I said, let's stop because he's coming down the sidewalk. Okay. I don't want to get into it with him.
Right.
So I'm going to get out and leave. So I got out the car. As I realized I didn't have my shirt, I walked around the car, tried to get my shirt out of the car.
Was the gun in the shirt, or was it still on you?
It was... What the fuck was it? Got it from out the car.
The gun was in the car?
Yes.
Where was it in the car?
When I grabbed the shirt, it was under the shirt. I grabbed it from out the car.
Okay. Where was the shirt in the car?
The shirt was in the back seat.
So when you saw... You picked it up out the car?
Yes, because I didn't have it on me. Then I got it and I put it on me. Once I grabbed it and put it on me and grabbed my shirt, I don't even know how close, I don't know if he ran to me, because he was a distance away from me. I had time to grab my shirt and leave. By the time I grabbed my shirt and turned around, I was hit. You
mean grab your shirt, put the gun on, turn around and walk, and then he's there. You had enough time to do all of that before he walked up on you.
Before he got up on me and hit me.
Okay. That seems like a lot of time.
That is. So once I turned around and got ready to walk away, he hit me and I hit the ground. Then he hit me again, and hit me again, and hit me again. By this time, I'm covering my face and I'm face down. Now he hit me from the back of the head. I still got knots in the back of my head from when he hit me. My whole ear was swollen.
Right.
So now I'm thinking to myself, you really gonna kill me down here? She jumped on me and stopped and told him to stop hitting me.
I understood, but you went through that part of the story 3 times, and until just now, you never said that he told you he was going to kill you. In fact, you were very clear about the fact that he said, I've been wanting to...
I'm still trying to remember the things he said because he been beating on me. I done been asleep these last 2 days trying to get rid of this headache on my head.
Did you ever go to the hospital?
No, I have not been to the hospital, none of that. As he hit, I don't even know where the blood came from. I probably have a blood clot in my head or something.
You said you spit it out. So.
I spit it out.
Maybe you have a cut in your mouth?
No cut in my mouth, none of that.
You don't have anything on your face?
He hit me from here to the back of my head and all.
Okay. But I'm just saying...
No. I covered my face. I was head down like this in the ground.
But he hit you in your face. Where on your face?
Here. He connected here.
Okay.
He connected here. And he also connected over here.
Can you point to any bruises that you have?
One right
on your face?
No, I can't. Right here, my ear is swole, but there's no.
I'm going to take pictures of everything. Very close, very thorough pictures. Is that good?
Okay. Because he hit me from here.
But there's no, you're telling me that there's no bruises?
There's really no bruises, but he hit me from here.
Okay.
And this whole ear was out to about right here.
Okay. It looks right now like it's pretty even. It looks the same as the other one, but I'm going to take close pictures to really capture it to make sure.
And from...
Well, can you part your hair for me right there, and I can take a look to see if there's a bump?
Somewhere along the hill.
I don't see anything, but I'm going to take pictures of all that too. Okay.
He hit me here and over here.
Okay. And you're sure that when you fired at him, that he was shot in the front of him?
Yes.
Each shot was in the front of him?
Yes.
Okay. So you're absolutely sure? There's no possible way that there would be a shot in back?
Not that, no. Because he was facing me like he was coming to, like I said, he was coming towards me like he was grabbing for something. So I didn't even know, because as me asking him the question, he's walking towards me with his look on his face like he grabbing for something. Like okay, I know I already beat your ass, what you want?
The look on the face has nothing to do with what his hands are doing.
Yes. So
show me what his hands were doing that made you think he was grabbing for something.
He had his hand in his pocket like walking towards me.
Okay.
So I don't even...
At any point did he make a mention of a gun?
He said, I'm gonna kill you.
Huh?
He said I was gonna kill you, right there. On that side, as I walked towards him, asked him why he hit me, he said, I wanted to kill you.
You said that I've been wanting you for a while, you've been getting on my nerves before.
That's what I'm saying.
So now he said he wanted to kill you.
He wanted me for a while, I've been getting on your nerves, and as I walked towards him, I asked him why did he hit me in my face, why did he hit me like that?
But you never said that before.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm remembering these things.
Okay.
Just now, this stuff is just not coming back to me.
Okay.
I walked up to him. That's why he hit me. He said, I've been wanting you for a long time. I really tried to kill you. Those words came out of his mouth. I really tried to kill you.
So a guy that's never, like, had any issue, has never, like, done anything to you before, he...
Guess he felt I was out of place for wrestling with his girlfriend and felt that he had to save her. That's basically what it looked like to me.
Oh, so you felt that he saw you...
He seen me jumping...
beating on her, basically.
He seen me jump in the back of the car.
Right.
He seen me tussling with him, so he came down the sidewalk. As I seen him walk down the sidewalk, I told her, let me stop tussling with you. This ain't even that serious. I would get out and I would walk away before anything else happened.
Right.
And before I even walked away, he hit me.
Okay. Do you really feel from the bottom of your soul, in thinking of everything, because there's a life lost at this point? You know what I mean? There's people that love that man the way your family loves you. So they're suffering a loss. Nobody wins in this situation. Do you agree with me? Okay. You're a human, and I'm not judging. That's not my role. But it is hard for me to understand, because at the point that you walked across that street towards him, you became the aggressor. You became the one that initiated that contact with him. And that was a bad idea. And you agree with that?
Yeah.
That was a bad choice because you were seeing red, right?
I was upset. There's a lot of things in my mind.
Yes. You were angry. You were embarrassed.
Still going through the emotional process about my divorce and my mom.
You have other turmoil in your life. And you did make a conscious effort before walking across that street to arm yourself with a gun. So you knew that that gun
was going to cause trouble.
Was going to cause trouble. So I want you to really search your soul for a moment and truly think about the difference between protecting yourself because you absolutely had to, because in this situation, my dear, you initiated that contact again with him. He had walked away from you. He might be an asshole. Okay? I'm not saying that he isn't. But I'm saying to you, and I'm asking you, by everything that we've just discussed, I cannot honestly agree that he posed imminent threat to your life at that moment because you reapproached him. And I want you to look me in the eye because I'm being respectful and I'm telling you the truth from everything, and I've repeated it back to you to make sure I'm getting it right. But for his family and for anybody else listening, it's going to be hard for anybody to think that you actually feel badly about it.
I kind of do.
You kind of do?
I really do. I could have walked away, but at the same time, it could have been me and him, because he lived the same life I lived. Like,
you live any life you choose to live.
Yes, but like I said, I felt threatened. It might seem like I didn't, but I did.
I believe you felt threatened, but the difference
between
the law and the streets, I understand. Holding your ground on the streets when someone swings on you in front of an audience, you got to stand up and you either fight it out like men. But the problem is, you didn't go back and finish the fight. You went back and you executed somebody. That wasn't a fair fight. You didn't fight him fist to fist. You're entitled and I understand why you were angry, but you walked back to that man in a situation that was already heated. You're not afraid anymore because you knew what?
What's wrong?
You knew you had a gun. And you know what? He never said to you anything about shooting you. The man whooped your ass with his hands. And he walked away when he was told to stop. He didn't come back and try to continue.
He really did.
But he did. That's not what you said.
I know. I'm telling you. The man done beat. I done been to so much stuff in my life. Like you got your own life, I got my own life. I done been to so much things and stuff in my life. My head is messed up, okay?
I understand that, but
that.
In this moment, in the pain that you have, and if your mama were here, because I have a mom of 3, and if my son were sitting across from me, I would say to my son, you made a bad decision. You allowed your anger to get the best of you. You're not a bad person. You're not an evil person, but you cannot remove the fact that the choice you made to re-engage him, you became the aggressor at that point. The threat was gone. He was walking away from you, but you were pissed and you had a gun. And that combination drove you across the street and started up with him again. You know what I'm saying? If that didn't happen, you would not be responsible for his death. But that's what happened. You did shoot him. You didn't have to shoot him because you didn't have to walk across that road. You started that altercation right back up again. You can't say that you're afraid for your life and also say that you're walking towards the man. If you're afraid, you're going that way.
I went that way.
You're walking away from him. He didn't follow after you and said, I'm going to make you come back here and drag you back. He didn't do that. Remember, there's people watching this. There's cameras out there. And I know and I respect that you were scared in the moment where you were getting beat up, but it was done. Once that stopped, your life is no longer in danger. And you can't go back across the street and start it back up again after you have the secret upper hand of a gun hidden in a shirt and say that you're scared for your life. You can't say that. You have to admit the truth, which is I was angry, and in the streets where I live, your pride and the way you carry yourself is what gets you by. True or false?
No, because I usually walk away from my situations.
But you didn't. I'm not talking about what you usually do. You were upset, you were sad, you have a lot of things that have happened in your life, and all of that contributes to it. But in that moment, you weren't scared for your life, you were angry, and you had a gun.
I was scared. I actually was scared.
Then why go back towards him?
I didn't know what he was capable of doing after that. The man beat me up and I spit blood. I don't know what the man was capable of doing after that.
What he was capable of doing was walking the fuck away, and that's what he was doing.
And the day was still young.
Dude, in that moment, he was not causing you a threat of your life.
Man threatened me. He really did.
He beat you up.
And he threatened me. He threatened my life.
When you walked back across the street with a gun.
He threatened me. Before I even did anything. The man beat me up, threatened me on the ground, and threatened me as I came towards him.
As you came towards him. Bingo. As you came towards him. He pulled you off of somebody he thought you were beating.
He didn't pull me nowhere. I got off of her. I made a decision to get out the car and walk away. He hit me. It knocked me out, and I spit blood out after the man hit me in the face.
Let me ask you a question. If you saw, roles reversed, you see him in the back of the car and you think he's hitting on her.
That's their business.
That's their business.
I'm not finna get in no relationship problem.
Because you don't care about her like that.
Oh, that's different.
You said that. She's just a female.
Okay, and I done did a lot of stuff for this girl. She could tell you that.
Yes, you have, but you told me that. Did I understand incorrectly? I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. Your soul will not be at rest until you take accountability for the mistake that you made. You already admitted it was not a good idea to walk across that street when you were seeing red. 0 to 100, pissed off. It is not up to me to decide whether or not you're guilty of a crime. That's not my role. My role is to look at the law to determine if in that very second you felt that your life was going to end. And I'm explaining to you why I can't put together.
You ain't getting it. That's what I'm trying to get you to get. You ain't getting it.
Okay. What did he do in that instant?
Let me put it like this. I love my life and I love my freedom. I would never put myself in a situation or try to put myself in a situation I can't get out of. And this is a situation I can't get out of.
Why do you say that?
Because it's already done. It'll happen. And like I said, now this man is lost or gone. And now his family members are out there hurt. I'm hurt for what I did. I can't.
But that makes a difference. The fact that you are absolutely sorry for that, that's important. That's what I'm telling you. You are human for getting angry. You are human for feeling that you had to kind of retaliate. You're human for those feelings. I'm telling you, look at me for a second. I'm telling you, you're human for that. But I'm also being honest with you and telling you that in the world you can't go up on somebody hiding a gun under a shirt after and feeling angry like that and expect there to be an outcome any different. You know what I'm saying? You're one of the few people that's had the courage and the decency to come in willingly and discuss this. I've worked a lot of cases. I respect you immensely for that. This isn't easy. And there may be consequences to this because it's a life. Because if it were you, it would be the same way. You understand, right?
I really do.
Okay. And I'm trying to think of anything that I'm missing or not understanding. I know in the streets that it's different.
I don't live the streets. I have a job and all.
Yeah, you do. But you said you live the same life that he does.
I lived.
Lived. Okay.
I had a job and all. I should have went to work that day. If I was at Little Caesars at work, none of this would have happened. All because I wanted my stuff, this shit happened. All because I was trying to get my stuff from CC, this stuff happened. Everything happened because of this.
Your anger started with her and it boiled over. It
escalated to somebody else.
It did. It did.
I should have took my ass to work.
And you're human for that. You're human for that. I know I got your phone number and I didn't write it down. Can you please tell me what your number is again?
239-210-1445.
210-1445. When you and I, in the beginning, talked about whether or not you had been arrested before, what were you arrested for?
Marijuana. 1,000 people school zone.
Is that a felony? Did you take, what was the outcome of that?
I went to a drug DLC program for 7 months, so you 2 years of probation. And I had to pay it off.
Okay. Is that a felony on your record?
It's a felony now.
Okay. Was it withheld or?
I don't even know.
Are you considered to be, did you register as a felon? Why did you have a gun that day?
I didn't. I found it inside the car.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. I didn't have it on me at all.
Well, where did the gun come from? Does it belong to Cece? Or you don't want to go there?
I really don't.
Okay. Is it fair to say that it doesn't belong to her? She doesn't carry it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So then the only other person in the car was you. Is that a gun that you normally carry?
No.
Why did you have it that day?
That's what I'm saying. I seen it in the back seat and I grabbed it with the shirt. I didn't. It don't belong to me. It's not mine. I don't own it. I ain't paid for it. None of that.
Did you borrow it?
I didn't borrow it. That's what I'm saying. I jumped in the back seat of the car. I don't know what's back though.
Okay.
So when I jumped in the back seat, I'm seeing clothes and all this other stuff back though.
Well, you said it was your stuff that was back there.
That's what it was. New stuff back there. My stuff was in her trunk. My clothes.
Okay. Maybe I misunderstood. I'm glad you clarified for me.
It was clothes and everything was back there. So now I'm thinking to myself like, okay, you got new stuff in here. Ain't none of this stuff's mine.
It is warmer in here, so I'm going to take a minute before just give me a minute. I'll be back. I just want to see if there's anything else I need to go over. I do need to get a camera as well because I'd like to document your injuries, okay? Because I want to be very, very thorough with everything. What do you think should happen at this point?
I don't know. That's why I came down here.
If this were your family member that was killed, same situation, what do you think should happen? Honestly. What would you feel would be the correct outcome?
I don't know. I'm telling you the truth. That's the reason why I came down here.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. I'll get you some tissues, okay? All right, just sit tight for me.
Thunda Nathaniel Strotter was sentenced to 25 years in prison for second-degree murder with a firearm.